What do you have to say
I
about
hadn't
that?
I hadn't heard that one. I hadn't heard about Sandman before, but thanks for that description. And you know, if I were to come up with a battle plan as any kind of an advisor for the BRICS, I don't mean that in any haughty way, but that would be one of my plans. Massive sale of treasury bonds, and that was actually the basis of one of the recent Ryan movies. Okay, it starred Christopher Pine and that British actor, stage actor, can't think of his name, but the Russians were going to sell a boatload of treasury bonds, and it all got interrupted. And that was their plan to disrupt the United States. Massive sale of treasury bonds. I've been saying all along that one of the well, no, not all along. I've been saying recently that if we have an interruption in the treasury bonds, it's game over for the king dollar.
Yes.
Okay. Now they're raising interest rates not to stop price inflation, but instead to preserve the integrity of selling U.S. treasury bonds, which are securitizing U.S. government debt, which is out of control. So it seems like the Fed policy to raise rates is to preserve the treasury bonds, which is the weakest link. That is the chokehold. If that ever gets interrupted, our way of life, Ron, I agree. Our way of life will be interrupted overnight.
Well, and
It is. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
let me follow up on that. Um, uh, the conspiratorial side of me believes that this is white hat sanctioned because this would be the fastest way to, I mean, basically, the deep state's control of the United States is financial. It's all done through the Fed. Well, this would be the fastest way to destroy the dollar and destroy the Fed. And when you destroy the Fed and the ability for the Fed to print money and fund all of their nefarious activities all over the world, and on top of the call it the dark stuff, with trafficking and drugs, etc. If you do that, you basically collapse the government, you collapse the Fed, and within the United States, and then that would be the fastest way to get rid of the nefarious
Yeah.
actors in control of the United States.
Well, that would also put a freeze on the nefarious cabal bank accounts.
Right.
And not only that, but it would put on warning the narco cash dollar warehouses and
Right.
those accounts. I tend to think, Ron, there's a parallel to that. It's the courts. The courts are corrupted. International Criminal Court of The Hague is compromised. Supreme Court compromised. All the courts in the United States compromised. The first act, indeed, that the fake Biden actor did was to dismiss all of the Trump court appointments. Okay, so I've thought for quite a while the courts, the judicial system, that's an important way to paralyze any movement toward the libertarians. All right, so maybe it's the courts and the dollar, but the treasury bond is certainly a chokehold. This Project Sandman looks devastating, and it also looks like it's well researched.